Okay. We are now live. Howdy, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are doing well. It is Thursday, nearly Friday. Um, it's actually kind of chilly out today, so I can wear the cool weave jacket that I bought. That looks absolutely stupid and cringe if I were to wear outside anywhere else, but I like it. I'm in a big Kingdom Hearts mood recently, so y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Um, Let me open up my chat on my phone. And yeah, I had a pretty good day today. Clients are super happy to see me. Kids that I see once a week, but are always so happy to see me, and it warms my heart and makes me feel good about uh, the work that I do with them. If they're happy enough and excited to see me every week, then that means that I'm doing my job very well, or my job is done the way it should be done. I guess is a better way to put it, especially if you're working with kids with any sort of disability or at any sort of formative age where they remember these uh, they remember the people that interacted with them and that helped them learn these skills. You want to have a good relationship with them and be a positive memory for them to look back on. Anyway, um, today we're going to be continuing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, and I am very excited because I've been enjoying my time with this game. And we just played essentially through the basic first part of the campaign when we started last week. So I'm excited to see the DLC. I've taken a peek at it through other YouTubers playing it, but I haven't finished it. So I watched like 2 videos and then I just put it down because I was like, all right, I want this to be a surprise. If I'm going to be playing it on stream, I want my reactions to the gags to be genuine. Um, so yeah, I don't think I have anything else waiting to be set up. Excuse me while I also take a sippy sip of some Diet Coke that's going to make my tummy hurt later. But, yeah. All right. Bump my mic. Create that unnecessary feedback. Love that. Currently experimenting with keeping my mic a bit lower. And I think it's okay so far. It's still getting, like, the sound that I want. I just don't want it catching the echo from the lowest point of my desk. So, we'll see how this video sounds when I am reviewing it later. In the meantime, let's go ahead and switch here. Make sure we got sound. That we do. Ooh, and Chem is also live right now too. Let's see. Let's go ahead and refresh our page on my laptop. Mute that, and there we go. Oh, I should start coming up with a starting soon page. Oh well. At some point I will. Not anytime soon though. Not today. Right. Current time. It is 7:09. Let's be 7:10, I'm sure. 7:11 on my thing. Sure. Forgot that there's a gag every time. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Go for it. You can talk to me, game. This isn't weird. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times when you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that setup seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set up the clock, and I appreciate that. Thank you. I do put in an effort to make sure that the clock is accurate, at least for me, because I am a dirty, dirty, dirty Animal Crossing cheater and have time traveled before, so I just leave that setting on not automatically connected to the internet to reflect that time. So I have to double check it because it's usually like a minute ahead or something. That's how I know that you care about the experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Oh, because I turned that setting off. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game, it's at the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want. Even if it's not the correct time, you've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Sure. What's your favorite time? My favorite time is like evening, like 4 or 5 o'clock. All right. Okay. Let's see what new features we have to discover. Now, since we last played, I don't think I got an achievement.
This is the story.
Ah, damn it! I wanted to get rid of the achievement, not the intro. That's fine. We've seen the intro before.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm like being very careful about like how loud the audio is because it's a little low for me, but I'm wearing headphones and doesn't super reflect how. Oh, it does. Actually, it does, which means I can turn this down slightly. So that way it is a good balance between the volume of my voice, which does vary a lot. I get very excited. Alright, see if that creep was back in the window. He is not. Let's see. Did it record? Can I not open my door? I sure can't. So I may or may not have ordered a Keyblade from a costume store because it was like 20 bucks. Yes, yes, new content. There's something I wanted to try.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Ah,
Stanley
wonderful.
simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes, wonderful. I love this room. It's just so good.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
Sure is. Don't you judge me.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now, there's a vent.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
There's a vent, like, right below me here. And so... I'm going to try to get up on this chair. Chairs have, like, a weird hitbox here. And despite the fact that I can't jump, I know that if I hit this at the right angle, I might be able to get up on this chair and get around this fence here. Also, I love that just mashing A just sounds like you're just typing on a computer. It's very good. See, I can get on these boxes. Or can I get on this box? Let me get on box. Box is destiny. Vent access for trained employees only. Climb at your own risk. So that is a thing.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
What's up, Terra Turtle? How you
Good
doing, man?
job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I am powerful. And all-knowing. But that goes without saying. Took a sec to connect to chat. Oh, don't worry about it, man. Let me know if there's anything I need to touch up, like the volume or the game or anything else. Okay, so that's still there. We just started back up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
How's your day
Stanley
been?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm paranoid every time, man, that there's going to be another dude there. I will check out the cut content, the new day, or the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of
pretty fun day. Nice,
this
man.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Actually, going to turn that down just a little bit. I'm seeing it go into the yellow. Had a tornado warning for an hour.
This room. What a beautiful but eager to
Wow.
get back to business.
Man, where do you live that you have a tornado warning? You can just give me like a state or general area if you don't want to tell me more about that. Being in Southern California where I live, I have never had to worry about Missouri. Jeez, dude. Yeah, I've never ever had to worry about that kind of thing. So I wouldn't even know where to begin. On like how you even like deal with a tornado. How do you fight nature? How do you feel knowing that you're so powerful that nature itself is like trying to take you out? That's got to feel pretty good. Doesn't happen often, maybe 3 or 4 times a year max. That's still more than never. That's still more than never. I'm gonna go for this. I did it. All right, we got vent access. Whoa. Usual is 1 or 2, and tornadoes are super weird. Yeah, I bet, man. It's horrifying to think that the world is just... I mean, I guess our version of that is just earthquakes over here. They happen so frequently, or I guess frequently enough that, like, we don't super worry or care about them anymore. And we probably should. Like, I don't. Whenever I usually sleep through more earthquakes that we have down here. But I also am a very heavy sleeper. I have slept through a fire alarm going off in my own dorm room before, which is a hazard to my own health, but hasn't killed me yet. We've had tornadoes that wreck half of someone's backyard but not even touch anything else. Huh. Yeah, I guess there's an aspect of randomness to it, man. That's nuts.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun from so far off the beaten path.
Tapes. Narrator sound system. Hold on.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
This is all your fault.
Okay. Well, that was an ending. That's a bonus ending that they put into the game without even going into the DLC door. Anyway, that's all I wanted to check out first. I wonder if anything happens if I go back there again.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Let's do it.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I'll turn it up. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How's that now, since
This
the
was
narrator's
not the
talking?
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Sweet.
admire it.
Alright.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply, and but eager to get back to business, Stanley
eager
took
to
the
cut off the
first open
narrator.
door on his left.
Alright.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Let's try it again. I want to see if we get any different dialogue for doing it again. Because I made him sad the first time. Also, I didn't, like, explore
Stanley
everything
had
here.
now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office.
Shush. Alright. We got anything else here?
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me.
All right,
all
there's
the
nothing else
absurd
here.
adventures we've been through, and it all turns out
I
was
just
a
wanted to
tape
double check.
recording.
Sometimes
It was all just in Stanley's head.
they'll give
I
you a
bet
little
that's the
bonus
kind
for,
of
like,
twist
doing
you
it
think
again,
is
seeing if there's, like, any
revelatory.
other
I bet
dialogue.
each and every.
We'll begin the game again. Chill out, narrator, dude. Alright. The end is never. But also, I guess something that's also different about, like, places in which we live
All
is
of his
that, like,
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
buildings that we
Stanley
have here in
decided to go to
California
the
don't have,
meeting
like,
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
a basement. That's just not a thing. We don't have, like, in homes, like, buildings or, like, rooms that are underground under the building's, like, foundation. And that's
Oh.
because...
New content? What does that mean, new content?
I don't know. Let's find out. And that's because of the earthquakes that we have here. I think it'd be too much of a risk to have the entire building collapse on top of you. Alright, new content. The DLC door has been opened. Let us see what we have waiting for us.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yeah, no problem.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success,
Yes,
it was
lots of
expanded
money.
upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Oh god, look how
The
Plusy
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
that texture
features
was.
exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
rad.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, man, me too. I'm glad the narrator's also on board with this. Okay. Another elevator.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm
Maybe there's
sure it's
another
just
office
the
building
beginning of a
we're gonna be starting from.
mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken? What's going on here?
I'm not sure.
Should we be moving somewhere? Oh,
Oh.
there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm also excited. And not expecting the game to just pull my fucking leg.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
Gimme! What do we got?
All right. All right, let's see. It's...
Wait, we
the
can jump?
circle?
Oh, but only in the circle. It's not even a high jump. Okay. So it's not a goal, it's just jumps you have remaining. But I can't jump when I'm not in the circle. Can I save the rest of my jumps?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I sure hope so.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
New content, a new lighting engine, and nothing else. Overwatch 2. I'm looking at you. God, they put out that video that just has a lighting comparison and it looks the fucking same. And even some of the effects for the lighting are like super blown out, What the fuck? God, why wouldn't they just call it like Overwatch and like a subtitle instead of calling it Overwatch 2? It's the same fucking game. All right.
That's it? Oh, you've got
It's
to be
just a
kidding
patch.
me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't
This
get me
is the
started on
timing
level
of this
craftsmanship
joke
that's gone into
with
it.
the
In
Overwatch
fact, I'm
stuff
looking
is
right now at the game's
hilarious.
achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please
One new
ignore."
character.
What quality assurance department signed off on this? It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say,
Oh,
friend?
wait, hold up. Also, don't forget the diversity chart. The diversity chart tool that they use to get more points based on your ethnicity and your like cognitive and physical ability. A story mode would have been great. That's like the thing they keep teasing and then lie about giving more of. And like with the whole diversity chart thing coming out, it makes sense for some of the things they added in later. That was probably like connected to that chart in the first place. Like with certain characters being gay, 100% it fits that just so they can get a good score. Not because it's important to the story. Sorry, I've been listening to like podcasts talk about this shit. Also, hey, I called the thing. We're gonna start from a new office now. The old office. Oh, I miss it. It's like we were just in that room like 5 minutes ago. All right, new office. What do you got for me? All right, got a copier.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Why are you whispering, man? We're the only ones here. 1 second.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
I'm sorry, man. I just wanted to see if the office had changed. That's it. The new content door is closed. Is he going to give me more sass because I ignored him?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, fine. Here, we'll get a
This
quick
was
answer. We
not
can go
the
back.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So we're technically still in the base
Standing
game.
now in this incredible
but
room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to
the
business.
DLC has not
Stanley took
crept into the
first
rest of the
open
game
door
just
on his
yet.
left.
It is still being contained by the DLC door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Woo!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Called me a dork. Damn. I call people dorks. I don't like when I get called a dork. And look, we're starting from right here. Okay.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
Fine.
I want to show you something.
All right. Can I take the wrench?
No.
Coffee nut. Okay. Is there more besides that?
No.
Oh.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Damn. Oh, he put Elden Ring in the game. Ah, sick. Where's the Grace? Where's my katana? I'm going for a fucking intelligence build. And I'm gonna ignore Faith.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Member berries are very powerful. Nostalgia is OP as fuck.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone
2013.
remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap Nintendo Switch port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
The Last of Us. The call out. No, it's great. The self-awareness here is astounding. There's the fucking Steam page. Just your average browser. I remember. The Memory Zone temp. Oh, that's awesome. Our first car, my first kiss, the release of Stanley Parable 2013. Beautiful. Can't go in there. All right. Me first dollar. Smile because it happened. Ah, and there's the demo for the game before the game even came out. And that was special. Because it wasn't even like the game at all. It was like a series of rooms that you would go through. And the game complained about not having the rest of the demo available. And would just, like, be so self-aware of itself that this is a game coming out. And that this should be the demo. But nothing's working. New video game releasing today. Creator surprisingly down to earth. Game clear certification first try. 50% off designer hat. But a small creature owns the other half. That's fine. I'm happy with that. You will not believe how many bananas this ape's been hoarding for years. And he's at it again with a new art style. Damn. Nominee. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Left door or right door. Wow. Oh, that's a good touch. I love that. Little Stanley. No! Oh, okay. We got lyrics. Oh, it's a good thing I'm not affiliate, because I don't have to worry about fucking copyright claim.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable.
Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing
That's the Destructoid
original
logo.
Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now
Wow.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Overwatch 2. Well, this got depressing. There's the... to the 2 doors. Person of the Year, blurry face of Stanley. Ooh, what's this? Oh! There's Stanley's model and the girl who, like, finds him on the street. Okay. Random dev photos.
Here's another moving passage.
Carpet textures.
The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games,
Okay,
and
GameSpot.
one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the Nintendo Switch. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I love that they have separate recordings for the different console that you are playing it on. So if you're on PC, it's like, this is just another re-release on Steam. This other game is still on Steam. And same thing, you play it on like PS4 or like Xbox. That's so funny. A source engine. Literally anything. People play games because what they can do inside them, and your game is very good at letting them know they can't do anything. This is good. I like this. Okay. The end is never.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Wait, I want to go in the serious room. Let me go in the serious room. Let me in. That room looks super serious. And I want in that. How rude. Can't even open all these doors. Tasteful nostalgic. It was good. Okay, this door's open.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh god no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't
Steam
even
reviews,
imagine what's
Pressurized
being posted down
Gas.
here. Surely these reviews were
My
glowing
God.
well, weren't they?
They're so afraid to call out Steam that they're just renaming it to Pressurized Gas. That's great. Oh no!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
All the Steam reviews. Oh god, there's so many of them. They're all terrible. Well, they're a dime a dozen. Can't say I'm surprised that there were that many bad reviews. People who just like started playing and was like, there's no shooting or jumping. How dare you? I wanted to play a comfy simulator game where I knew everything that was going to happen and would be upset when it happened anyway, but at least I knew it was going to happen. Oh no. I wonder if any of these are real. If they are, bless them for just having the balls to be like, you know what? Fuck this guy. We'll make money off of your negative comment by making it content.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I can't talk.
This is actually quite shocking for me.
3
I
hours.
Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Okay, the ones over there say Steam. And they're just kind of floating off in the distance. That's funny. Oh god, we're going into the muck. The shit reviews. All the terrible ones.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay. I can just walk across this. That I can. Oh. Straight up.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you with just the push of a button. Oh, you're back, you see.
Oh,
you
wow.
were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the...
Oh, God.
Sport, you really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
You can see the
But
clock
that's
in the
the
background to
power
see
of
how
the
far
button.
you're, like,
The
jumping
minute
ahead.
I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
That was an hour.
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe
Almost an hour.
30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble
The door's
on to
gone.
myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. Stanley, please don't push the button again.
Oh,
It's been
God!
12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button.
Oh,
and
this
you
button?
keep Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Thought the plant's dead.
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just
What's
sitting
behind the
here,
wall?
not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always?
Oh, look, a
Doesn't that
button.
feel like what we...
Oh.
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time.
How am I alive? Am I, like, putting stasis every time that happens? Is this the movie Click? Is Adam Sandler hiding in this room somewhere? Laughing at me?
Only regret. There is only the turning
Oh, look, a
wheel
button.
of 'Stanley, 'Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door. There's just you and the button. You keep pressing... Oh, Stanley, you're back. Oh, God.
Okay. What? Oh god, we gotta change the battery on this fucking fire alarm. The clock has fell down.
But they didn't
There we go.
understand the game
Oh.
was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up.
Bless Kevin Brighting for recording these many lines. And I'm sure they go on for a few minutes and there's an end to it where the button probably presses itself. Or maybe there's not. Maybe there's a secret ending for just listening to him and not pressing the button again. Anyway. So the batteries died on the fire alarm.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
Well, he's not doing too hot. Is there a leak? Oh, there is a leak. Oh, we're leaking. Alright, well, hopefully I don't fucking drown. Let's see what happens next. Oh, okay. Can I escape? No. Alright, what do we get next? Light! Oh, it's so close, but still out of reach. Oh, memory zone. Memory zone, this is a nightmare. How do I get out of here? Oh, I got stuck on the geometry a little. Alright. Let's see. Hopefully we can get out of here soon. We just got to keep jumping forward in time. And now we're in Portal. Okay, I'm getting Portal 2 vibes from this. Oh no. We did have plants, but I think a nuclear fallout happened. Oh, that's a nightmare. Oh, that's a deep fear. Okay. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I really don't like that. Just distant screaming and hissing. No thanks. Uh-oh. Am I free? I can leave. Oh, bless. Yep. So this is the future? I guess we'll just start walking. Alright. We're gonna start getting in on spices now. All the salt. We're gonna make a killing off of it. There's no one left in the world. Spices and water. Alright? We gotta find all the water we can and then sell it at an absurdly high price. Alright. Well, that's an ending. Future ending. Dystopia ending. Well, yeah. Sell it to who, though? I don't know. Maybe other narrators out there. Oh, look, we're back. Doesn't matter.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright. New content. Ooh, we got a fancy new neon light. Alright. I see you.
Good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Actually, you kind of ruined it because you talked about it.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay,
This
I was
not the
hoping for
correct way to the
dialogue.
meeting room,
Fine.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Fine, I'll stop
Perhaps
trying
he
to
wanted
spite
stop
the
by
narrator.
employee lounge first,
He's the
just
only
to
guy on my
admire
side
it.
here who hasn't tried to
Stanley
murder me
felt
just yet.
lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yay!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform.
Okay, a skip button would be kind of nice, though. Like, if I could hold, like, L or R, and it would, like, fast forward to, like, the next dialogue. But I guess it's kind of part of its charm.
All
It
of
would be
his
kind of
coworkers
rude to, like, the
were gone.
narrator for all the voice
What
work he
could it
did.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Alright,
Perhaps he'd
alright,
simply
alright.
missed a
I'll check
memo.
out the new content. Maybe we'll get something good.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Alright, so this again. What else you got, narrator man? What else you got, weather boy? Elevator.
You see, Stanley,
Oh, and
I've
it starts
been
off
reflecting
immediately.
on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget
Sure.
this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Wait.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, that's a good bit. Oh, fuck it. Sequel.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why
Modern offices made of concrete.
It could go in so many different directions.
Again,
This
for
is what
2.7.
fans have truly been asking for.
Holy shit. Updated computers. Yo, they got Apple. Concern number inquiry signature. Time to wake up.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra
Taste the
Deluxe?
sequel.
What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
That's rad. I love a good joke like that where it's like, no, it's just a little bit of DLC. Don't worry about it. Boom. Full sequel. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Glass doors. Ooh, very fancy. The Crow. Are we going to have 3 doors to choose from? Are we going to have stairs next to doors? New content is out. New content part 2 is in the cool red section of the chart. New hotness, old and busted. What's up, Celtic Warrior? Paradigm shift, brick and mortar approach, envelop client-centric marketing. The color red. Sequential mind share. 1 to 2. More TSP, better TSP. Oh, okay. That looks like a 3, though. Alright, thanks, Celtic Warrior. I hope you're doing well, man. Hope you had a good day. I appreciate the lurk. And then... 2 brains. 2 ferns! Oh, goddamn.
Now,
This
to be
really
clear,
is
I
the
haven't
next
quite
level.
nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but
Oh.
let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of
Who
a
took the
fuzzy
red marker?
magic
Me.
than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay, so you're just gonna throw content at the wall and see what sticks. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, City. I've never played that. Never played Divinity or Doom. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. Dark Souls 2. Now that is just a lie. I don't know anybody who would say that. Crab, the ultimate sequel. I agree. Time for Crab. Meeting at 2 p.m. Sincere Management. Wow. I love all the fucking marketing here, but they don't actually have a game. The bus to new content. Oh my god. All right, let's see what we got here. New features. Just 2. Oh my god. Hello, Mammoth Ego. How are you doing? Thank you for the raid. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Stanley Parable 2, everybody.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to the Stanley Parable 2. Thank you, Mammoth Ego. I super appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, everyone. So what is the Stanley Parable 2? We are going to find out. Now, you may notice that the title of the game is Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, but that's just to throw you off your guard. A false sense of security. You think you're here for DLC content, but you're actually here for a sequel. Please, no screenshots. I don't listen to you. I can take screenshots whenever I want. None of you report me. Thank you so much for the follows, you guys. Alright. Ooh, we got collectibles. And a free achievement. Oh my god, there's just so much. Alright, let's get that free achievement. That sounds good. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Mammoth. Yeah, I'm very close to 50 with everybody doing this. Oh my gosh!
Now here's something special.
Thank you, Terra Turtle.
That broken test achievement that got
You asked
left
him to
in the
raid.
game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology
Let's
to
do
simply
it.
give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
But the Switch doesn't have achievements. Thanks for the bonk. Ah, thanks, Terra Turtle. I super appreciate that.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
He does hear us. Okay. So we don't get an achievement. Yet. But maybe we will. One never questions a man named Mammoth. Exactly.
What other
I didn't.
exhibits
I
have
just
you
let it
seen?
happen. You guys are the best. Alright, let's see if we can find this achievement. No, we got a collectible here. Whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on.
What
with
the
your
hell is
unrelenting
this?
life.
That's a good question. But we got a collectible. 1 of 6. That has no reward for it. Still waiting for Terra Turtle to add me on Steam. Avengering. Ooh. Oh no. Called out. Alright, well we got a collectible. Cool. So we have 6 collectibles.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
No, I don't mind it. Oh my gosh. You're not on your PC right now. 2 more. Alright. So we got a collectible. We have a fake achievement that didn't activate.
Oh goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but Before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see,
Bucket
there's a
exhibit?
surprise I was going to spring on you later.
Oh,
and
shit,
it
let's go for the
involves
bucket.
bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay?
I'm really
All right,
bad at
I'll
expressing
get
it, but
out of
I'm
here
really
now.
excited that all of you guys are here for this, and this is super nice. Ah, thank you! Haven't met in real life, but I feel like we were already good friends with your real life mutual friend. Absolutely, Celtic. You know Miggy, and that's all I need to know.
Here we go!
Yes! We need one more. Okay, so we have an epilogue. Where's the bucket? There's the bucket. All right. So apparently this bucket is what we need. Yo, this is a weird expo. Where's everybody else? Was it canceled for COVID?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
Let's go,
I'm
let's go,
happy
let's
to
go.
say that after much consideration, I've
Oh.
engineered a clever solution to this
The power
fundamental
is bucket,
problem of
Virgil.
the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
We could all
You
use a
see,
reassurance
Stanley,
bucket in our
every
life.
time you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill
Oh,
your mind and your heart.
let's do
It's
it.
true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may
Give me the
even
bucket.
come to long
Give me the
for
bucket.
gentle
I want
embrace
the
of
bucket.
Jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
Ah,
It's
what's
a
up,
much
Grayson
more
Graceful?
convenient solution for me
Thank
than
you for the
actually
raid.
redesigning the game
We
to be
are
less uncomfortable.
one more follow away
Can you
from
imagine
me
what a
hitting
pain in
50
the
for
ass that would
affiliate.
be? Yes,
I
the
am
bucket
super
is the
stoked.
perfect
I'm terrible at
solution.
showing it because I'm just a very reserved person, but I am very giddy on the inside.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort,
Okay.
even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
He's
And in
right.
fact,
How are you doing,
can I
Grayson
say
Graceful?
that I do believe the bucket
I got a
gives you
bucket.
an air of charisma as well. I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a
Hello,
person.
Bucket. Say hello to
The
Bucket
benefits
as well.
of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
No, you see, the problem is that you don't have a bucket.
Does
If you're
anyone
holding
give
a
out
bucket,
awards for
you would feel
most
great.
enjoyable bucket in a video game?
See, it's that
There
one
really
trick
should
that
be an
doctors
award if it
hate.
isn't already.
One secret.
For
I
the
don't know, man.
Stanley Parable
Don't
2,
knock it until you try
I
it.
asked myself,
This one trick.
what do players really want?
They want you
And
to
of
get you
course,
fucking addicted on
the first
opioids?
and
Nah,
most
man. All you
obvious
need is a
answer
bucket.
Is that they want to be individually recognized.
You can put whatever you
and
want in the bucket.
validated as people.
Another
So
bucket,
with
a
that
smaller
in mind,
bucket.
My first addition to the game is this button, which speaks the name of the person playing
Hello.
the game.
Hi, everyone.
Isn't that wonderful?
My name is Micah, and this is the Stanley Parable, and this is Bucket. All right, let's see if he says my name.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button
No,
will say
last time I
your
checked, my name is
whatever
not
name
Jim.
that is.
And I
Here,
just checked.
Let's have you role play as Jim to really
Okay,
simulate
I'm
the
Jim
full
now.
experience of this
Hello, this
feature.
is Jim Vagabond.
Just
Welcome
play
to the
along.
channel.
I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind,
okay.
forget whoever you are, and simply become a
Hello.
person named Jim.
I am
I
Jim.
want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping
I live
and
every day
waking
as Jim.
Falling in
When I
love
was-
and being
when I was
heartbroken as
birthed,
Jim.
my parents
Seizing
looked at me
all
and
the
said, "Yeah, that's a
world's
Jim.
Possibilities as Jim.
That's a
and
Jim."
as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Ah,
Do you feel
sure.
it deeply? Are you really, truly
Yeah.
Jim right now? If so,
yeah.
then please step forward and press the button.
Oh, fulfilled.
You see?
My name,
What a
Jim,
thrill,
called
what a
out.
rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, I'll do it again. You're right.
Jim.
Oh,
Even
serotonin!
harder the second time.
Yes,
If this were
the
only
rush.
new feature in the Stanley Parable
Hail the
2,
bucket.
It would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
No, I need another. I need another hit.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too
Yes.
much Jim. I'm
No.
putting the Jim button away.
No, I need-
Otherwise, soon
no,
you'll start to lose
no!
all sense of who you actually are.
Now I'm a little motivated.
But I needed
Here
the.
we go!
I needed to refer to as Jim. It gave me so much motivation. Damn it. All right, fine. I am Jim, and I have a bucket. And I can be Jim too much sometimes. I hope that's okay.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too. That would
Like
actually
me.
save me
I'm
the work
Jim.
of finishing this feature.
An infinite hole. Okay. Alright. It feels good. It feels good to be Jim. And if you're watching this, you are also now Jim. You don't have a choice in that. You are just Jim.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the middle the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well
Jim's
Sunday
Paradise.
and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Oh, okay, hold up. Alright, we got a decoration choice here. Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday Stepniece. What do you guys think? I'm kind of leaning towards the Get Well Someday. It's broad, and it can apply to everybody. Everybody's dealing with something. So I feel like even though it's kind of bland, because it's just white, Get Well Someday could be more applicable than to a 12th birthday of Stepniece. Yeah. I mean, who has a stepniece that is going through their 12th birthday? Who the hell has a niece? That's not even a thing. That's not real. Okay, we're gonna go with this one.
Power is this?
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, stepniece it is.
Oh. Okay. The illusion of choice. And everything has been changed to that. Alright. Alright.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. He probably just, like, chooses that anyway.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty
Yes!
good idea.
Yes!
I'd like to
Yes!
hang on to that for the sequel.
Alright, I'm gonna save the rest of my jumps. If you pick the other, would it be the wrong choice anyways? I don't know. But it's too late now. As you know, all choices here are permanent. Something about an infinite hole. Yeah, I want to check out the infinite hole. That sounds fun. It's like skydiving. Except you don't ever land. Or go back. So that's fun. Yes, I see. I understand all of these diagrams. You have a stepniece?
Stanley,
That sounds like you're
here's an
lying.
idea that I'm truly fond of.
If you
It's
have a
never been done
stepniece,
before
then
in
how
a
come
video
I've never
game.
met them?
This is in fact a
I'm just
hole
saying.
that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
I mean, infinite hole without a portal gun? I'm down for that. Yeah, see, I told you. You can't fool me. Alright. Oh! Oh, there it goes.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
There you go, exactly. It is like the
Since
infinite pit
you've
from
gotten
Gravity
to
Falls.
see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No, I'm not done enjoying this just yet. Okay, real talk, I would love to fall through an infinite hole.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
No,
Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
no, I'm enjoying it. The rush of air as I'm currently hitting, like, terminal velocity. It's soothing. Especially since I got this
Okay, Stanley,
stellar
I don't
bucket.
know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Exaggerated
Is it a
how?
very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that
Did you
sort
lie
of
to me?
depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh, I was lied to.
Hey, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole.
You lied to me.
You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here
The
is
cigarette
just that
butts.
you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I
Me?
figured the hole was as deep as any.
But I've admitted to not being
Don't
normal.
you put this on me? Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things.
It sounds like so much fun. Just fall and relax. Exactly. I think we all need like a stress relief infinite hole to just fall down.
Mostly infinite. If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
All right, well, that was fun. Oh, I fell.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said,
I think
"Yeah,
everybody
that's an
likes
infinite
holes.
hole right there.
Even
Goes
just a
on
little bit.
forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh,
Any
no,
kind of
no,
hole.
No. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Oh, it
I
sure
couldn't help
did.
but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole.
It's a Roman numeral
Is
too.
that not infinite? Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
God, I would love to like scream in just the complete void.
Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
All right, we're
I
gonna
really do have so
give
much
ourselves
more to
enough
show you
with
and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a
the
lifetime.
mostly infinite hole. Okay. Trypanophobia, they hate holes. Okay, I mean that's true. Now, is a hole defined by its shape? Like, what if it was a square? Would it just be like a dip? What defines a hole? See, these are questions that I need the answers to. I don't know. All right, we got our bucket. Let's see what upstairs got for us. A hollow place is a solid body or surface. For my friend, it's any hole. Oh, okay. So, shape doesn't matter then. So it could be a square. All right. That's fair. Well, I got my bucket here, and that's all I really need. Who's that?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly
Are we about to,
these
like, observe
features
an
will come
autopsy?
together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul.
Oh.
It's going to work.
I
There's
see, for the
definitely a
tryptophobia.
good game in there
Or
somewhere.
trypanophobia,
Say,
excuse me.
Let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
I have something similar to like tryptophobia, where like it's just a really unsettling feeling
Here
I
it
get for like
is.
seeing
I give you
holes on specific surfaces.
The Stanley Parable 2.
Huh?
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
All right, I'll give you another shot.
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This
It's a
isn't
collectible.
a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
I want it.
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand
Thank
on
you
their
so much,
own.
Kiki.
They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait.
The jump circles
maybe
around the
that's
hole.
it. I can take the
Whoa.
original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully,
A sort of
course,
ultra deluxe
with
edition, if you
respect,
will.
With care for the vision and integrity of the original
And
game.
not a new lighting engine like
Possibly
Overwatch.
would. I suppose
Those
it could,
hacks at
but it would
Blizzard.
need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, this is the Stanley Parable 2.
Are we actually going to change
See
the
if I
title
can
screen?
whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
What is this game? What is this game? You boot it up and it says Ultra Deluxe, and then, by the way, it's a sequel as well. Way to just turn all expectations on its head.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for
The balloons are part of the intro now.
where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Okay.
Telling him what buttons
Now I'm
to
curious, is there
push,
anybody in chat right
how
now who
long
has
to push
not
them,
seen this game?
and in what order. This is what employee 427 did.
Is there anyone in chat who has
every
no idea what the hell is
every
going
month,
on, or if this is even a game at all?
And although others
I'm just
might have
curious.
considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in. As
I
though
do
he had
love games
been
that
made
confuse you, though.
exactly for this
Games
job.
that are so very well aware of itself and its own mechanics, I love. Because then you have no idea what to expect.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
There it
Something
is,
that
the
would
Stanley
forever
Parable
change
2.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Okay.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions,
Runoyo
call a
Mozuki
meeting,
35.
or even say hi. Never in all his
All right.
years at the company
So welcome.
had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
This will make you
Shocked,
question what the hell a
frozen
game is.
solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I'm scared.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
All right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The bucket. Yes.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Yes. This bucket is mine. Okay. So we got a bucket. The new content door is closed. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All right. So let's follow the narrator around for a bit. Since we got a bucket and all, let's see what changes here.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
How to dispute solve dispute occur? Let it ball up inside you, take it out, pass it with the other coworkers, and resent coworkers for not supporting you more. That's exactly how you resolve that. All right. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. You forgot to include the bucket. Now, how does the narrator feel about us bringing the broom closet to with our bucket?
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No.
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as
No, it's
clear as
mine.
day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
How dare you?
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say
No.
here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
No!
Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket.
This is
your
mine.
companion and
The bucket is
lifelong
mine.
friend. You can't hand it over. Oh no.
Not so
We're getting into
precious.
name calling now, it seems. This
Hold
is
up.
how low the broom
It's
closet has sunk
precious.
that it has to resort to this stream
The
of
precious is
insults
mine.
simply in order to get you to
The
hand
bucket
over
is
the
mine.
bucket. Stanley,
My bucket,
I
my
never liked this
wings.
broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
No.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I
We need
never.
more Jimmy Bucket Man more than
Come on,
ever.
Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences
I will.
you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point.
I will.
Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I will. I'm gonna use this pocket thesaurus to like find a good word that I need to properly express. You are insult.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
You are a
There.
butt.
Now
Yes!
it's settled. No more debate.
Hell yeah.
No more discussion.
This is
Take
mine.
our hike, broom closet.
Fuck
with all
off,
your
broom closet.
meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Fuck you, broom closet. I used to like you. You used to be cool. Trying to take my bucket.
Oh, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
So real talk, I love that. For getting more stickers on the bucket, I love that all of the dialogue for the initial like scenarios have been re-recorded to include the bucket as well. Bucket, you gotta go to the bathroom. A collectible.
We found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I will. To be rich, is it a crime to commit crimes? Is it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick. Just one. Okay. All right. Anyway, I got a bucket. Can I take the bucket with me up the elevator? Oh, these doors won't open. What do we got here? The beige pages instead of the yellow pages. All right.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would.
Boop.
And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket told me its secrets, I'll be real.
Yes,
he's really the one
this
behind
is certainly the most
everything here.
logical explanation.
Mm-hmm. All right, keep your eyes out for collectibles, gang. Yes.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes,
Ugh.
I think I like that.
I don't like that.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Sure. Okay. Stanlerine. No. Come on, bucket. So now I'm just curious to try out the original endings of the game and see what changes with the bucket. Right now, we're currently just following the narrative as the narrator gives it to
raced
us.
Downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
I know bucket's got me.
Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Oh, thank God.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
You got it, boss.
The lights rose on an enormous
Bucket, what is
room
happening?
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Truly, this is a nightmare. Again, thank God I got a
The
bucket.
monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the
But I
office
would never.
was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears. As
No, it's
Stanley
okay.
cradled it
Don't-
gently,
don't you worry.
reassuring it that
It's not real.
everything would be fine.
Oh God, there's a messed up texture. That's why I can't zoom.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No,
Had
and
the
how
bucket
dare
been
you
told
assume
to
he
do
ever
things
would?
It didn't wish to do. What
He's a
kinds
good
of
bucket.
things does
I
a
trust
bucket
in him.
want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
No. Y'all want a dance number? Okay. Okay. I think this Easter egg is still here. Even with the bucket. I don't think it'll affect it. Alright, stepping out of kayfabe for a bit. I'm curious if there's more to this than just the bucket. Like, I get the bucket is part of picking it up, but I'm curious if you'll get, like, new split decisions in the game's original, what was it, like 16 endings? Because of the bucket? And the secret is, if you wait long enough, the doors open back up. And this button, while it turns on the lights, it also turns on the vibe. Y'all ready? Oh, hon, there's 42. Yes, there are 42 endings to this game. So while this rad music is playing, I'll go ahead and just tell you guys just a little bit. You can't drown out the vibe with Megalovania.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
Why are there so many? Because, okay, so the concept of the game is that there's a narrator who's constantly narrating what the character's going to do, but you can fight it too, and you get different results for not doing what he says.
No one except for the bucket.
So that's why you have an ending for like following everything the narrator says, you have an ending for following the opposite of everything the narrator says, and you have different endings for like creatively exploring and trying out different scenarios.
The heart of the operation.
So the original game was a mod for Half-Life 2 that came out on Steam.
Walking, eating,
And then eventually got its
all
own
of it
release
monitored and commanded
that
from
had
this
16
very place.
endings.
And as the
Some of them were
cold
just joke
reality of
endings,
his
though.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket,
Stanley
up
and
against
Bucket.
the world.
Let's
They
go.
high-fived in a really cool way.
Oh, if you guys could
Bucket
see the high
made a
five.
sassy comment about taking down the system.
Bucket, you know. He's so on it. It's very creative. 42 seems like a lot, but there's a couple that are just like joke endings. Like, oh, you fell off the map because this was a bug in the original game. You did
Stanley
it!
and the bucket
Restart the game.
waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes.
And if we
they
think
had
about
done
like
it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest
the bucket
enemy,
inclusion
freed
that just
themselves
doubles the
from
original game's
tyrannical
endings,
grip of
that's
the
still
evil
not
mind
42.
control
There's still like 10
machine.
extra endings.
Freedom
So
was
now I'm
now
curious to
mere
see
moments
what
away.
else is different.
Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth.
Oh, me too.
Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was
Memento.
a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to
Bucket,
support.
I don't need anyone else in this life. I just need you. Wait.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley
no,
and the
I'm
bucket
so
not
sorry.
about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty.
Usually when I have trouble opening those, I usually
until
just like
finally the truth hit
use a
Stanley
cloth
square
to
in
wrap
the
around it,
face.
and that'll help
This
tighten my
building
grip
did
around
not
like
want the bucket to leave.
things that have like child safety locks.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence
No.
of the bucket.
No!
Needed the
So this
soothing
different.
warmth
This ending
of
is
the bucket
different.
would go to any oaths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place.
What?
Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
But we
Not
were gonna
while
live a
this
happy
building
life
has
together,
anything
me
to
and
say
Bucket.
about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But
No.
at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Bucket? Bucket's got me, right? Oh, God. Okay. So that is not the happy ending I thought we were going to get. All right. Fine. If the game won't let me leave with the bucket... Figurine Finders Committee meeting today in the meeting room. Interesting. Okay. That's different.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
All right. All right, Bucket. It's cool. Don't worry. We're together again now. They can't separate us. We're going to go to the meeting room,
The bucket
and we're going to find where the rest of these figurines are.
The door on his left.
Because even though there's no reward for it, I'm skeptical. Oh, God. There will be a reward for finding them all. Oh, no. All right. Trust the completionist instinct. Gerard? You got me. What we know. Small floating objects have appeared in the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There's so many questions. Have you spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? We said no screenshots. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, places to look. A large room with lots of boxes. Stairs, something to do with the stairs. Some are both red and blue. Is this some kind of game? A large room with lots of boxes. Okay. How do we find them all? We need more planks. All right, warehouse access plan. Oh, that's right. That's where one of them is. It's in the warehouse. Okay, so they tell you where it is. You got any new dialogue?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Shit. All right, fine. You win this time. You can't keep me out of the broom closet forever, though.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
All right, so I was going to do something else, but... Yes.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think,
Figlies?
Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come.
I get a little bit of serotonin from it. Makes me feel a little good. Actually, you know what? No, let's explore this ending, now that we got the bucket.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
Yes. If it is broken,
Maybe,
that in fact makes sense as to why you cannot open it.
I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
All right, this dialogue is different.
Gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say either use your teeth or preferably some pliers.
This isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket.
Someone replaced my bucket?
I end up with someone else's bucket. This is all terribly wrong. Surely no
disgusting.
good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience.
I had to drop that shit. That bucket wasn't mine.
Grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, Now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd.
That is a little odd, yes.
Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious,
Whee!
he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off
This is
in the
why you don't
distance
ever
now
leave your
he heard
bucket.
it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing
No.
by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None
No.
of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend.
This is a good
It was
twist.
the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Behind
The
me?
real bucket was inside of him all along.
But I don't have
It
legs!
was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony.
Ah!
He walked out.
Just with redness?
This is the
Got it.
story of a woman named Mariella.
Does Mariella have a bucket?
Mariella
not
woke
sure.
up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work.
See, she does have her
But on
own
this
bucket.
particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right
Unfortunate.
away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of
I was right.
course he got
We are
mad,
Jimmy Bucket.
ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been
Santa
prevented
isn't
by
real and
only
Jesus never
having
happened.
his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel
Ugh,
the world could
Of
be.
course. You know when you do that little dance where you like pat yourself down, you got phone, keys, wallet, bucket?
But of course, she had no time for this. There were
I do it every day.
a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute
real talk,
guidance
if
and
for, like,
total clarity on everything. Heck, yes, she
Game promotion, they
was.
just sold like a little
My
bucket
life
keychain.
kicks
I
ass.
would buy that.
And she backflipped
100%.
all the way to work.
Backflip, sick! Mariella, that's sick. Yo, I wish I could backflip to work. I could do a backflip on a trampoline. Does that count? All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced
Don't
the
worry, Bucket. I won't let them take you. It's okay. We're gonna get through this. You know what? No. Whoa. Okay. Adding another hallway. Stop it. Stop adding hallways.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No. We need those figurines. We've already started this journey.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
No. Bucket knows something.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
Always.
this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Number
How
one, Dad.
insightful the bucket turned out to be.
I am Bucket Dad. People wait for hours just for their free bucket? God. Wouldn't we all?
No, never mind. The bucket
That's
was
taboo,
wrong.
though. Don't you speak too loud about that.
Stanley took the door on his left.
Turn off your
and went
location.
back to the meeting room.
You don't want them to find you talking about free buckets.
No.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay. I trust in you, Bucket.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this
No.
bucket was speaking.
Why would I ever question
It
the
should
bucket?
have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't
It makes
talk.
me feel
But
safe.
Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had
Bucket
spoken to him,
would
and he
never
unthinkingly
lead
did
me astray.
whatever the bucket asked.
God, all these bucket non-believers. There it is. The figure. That's fine.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Fine. No. I trust the bucket. Let's see. Forgot how much allergy eye drops sting. Yes, they do. And it's really windy in my area in California. So I straight up just have to take Allegra every day. Otherwise, I just suffer. Ah!
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Yes, Bucket. I trust in you. You know what's right for me. Bucket? Bucket, I'm scared.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Button. Button makes light. Alright, fine. Pictures of Bucket. Modern art. There you are, my love! I will take you to work with me, Bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comfort
There you are, my love.
It doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
You don't know
Stanley
that.
is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
There it shows because he doesn't have me. He doesn't have his own bucket. I have a bucket.
Lately, I've been concerned
Bucket.
about him. Wouldn't you be concerned
yes.
as well?
Yes,
to see
Bucket.
him delusional like this?
Bucket, let's watch
obsessing
Friends.
Over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how.
So no one told you life was gonna be this way.
He'll listen to me.
Pollen is everywhere. Yeah, no. It's a problem. It was really windy today.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket.
Oh,
It can't
silly
think,
Bucket, there you are.
It can't talk. All it will ever truly
Shows
do
what
for
you
you
know
is
about
effectively
buckets.
transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Alright, fine. I won't. No, you're right, Bucket. You know what's best for me.
He's not listening. He's still taking orders from
Yes,
the bucket.
Bucket.
You know, once upon a time
just
it
drop
was
balls
me
of
he
pollen,
took
like, all
orders
the
from.
time.
Me
Oh,
he
I'm
trusted
sorry.
and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
You know, if you had a bucket and you put it over his head, the pollen wouldn't know how to get you. They'd be scared of the bucket, so... There you go. More tips about Bucket. I will ignore everyone. Bucket, it's just you and me against the world.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Late night with the bucket? Oh, yeah. You keep your windows open? No, I have my windows open, too. I live in an old house with some roommates that just has terrible insulation in it. So during the summers, it's hot as balls, and during the winter cold months, it is just freezing. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press B to take home. I will, Bucket. You and me, it's just us together. No one else can
Yes,
take
I
this from
suppose
us.
on closer inspection, that it doesn't quite look
What are
like
you
your
watching,
average
Bucket?
hardware store bucket.
Oh, Bucket, this
It's just a
isn't
little more,
appropriate, but
what am I trying
kinda
to
into
say?
it.
Sturdier.
Bucket.
More capable.
Don't you
of
give me that sexy
transporting
look.
liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one
love
room
Bucket.
to another.
I will relive it over and over. Bucket, I will spend the rest of my life with you.
What am I saying? Better at carrying.
Look at that
water
silhouette of
from
that
room to
bucket.
room. It's a
That is
bucket.
delicious.
It's literally just a bucket.
Scandalous.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what makes our love special, Bucket. Let's go to work. Let's go home, Bucket. Oh, yeah, Bucket.
I'm having
It's
feelings
time.
for the bucket.
It's
Oh,
time to
no.
fill this bucket
What's going on?
with
Why do I want
liquids.
to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything
All right,
it
this is
asks.
a
What's
mature
wrong with
stream,
you?
so
I don't
you know what you're in
understand.
for next.
Now I'm a little motivated.
This would be
I'm
less
more than
confusing.
motivated.
Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
All right, before we
Stanley,
make
give me
affiliate,
the
let's get
bucket.
banned.
Give it to me. Give me
Do
the
it now.
bucket,
No,
Stanley.
no,
I need
mine.
it. Give it
You
to me
can't fuck
now.
the bucket.
Give it-
It's my
all right.
bucket. I'll go to work, Bucket, if you're there. Bucket? Can't have flowers in your house and must start sneezing like a madman. I feel that. My allergies aren't nearly that bad, so you've definitely got it rough. Sorry
Someone
to
was
hear that.
following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Who? I don't have my bucket. I'm unsure of who is following me. Bucket, tell me, who is it?
Warmth
Bucket.
spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Okay. Also, that was a really elaborate ending. Plus, you do theater, so you always get flowers. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely do it, especially if you're in theater. He'll definitely bring flowers all the time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
I have a
was
friend
simply
who's
the place to be.
who had gotten married recently, and they're also very allergic
And
to
here it
flowers and
was.
pollen.
Had the bucket turned
Like,
out to be correct?
life-threateningly
Was this
so.
better than the meeting room?
So I had
Yes,
remembered
Stanley
suggesting
thought
to them to
himself.
just use
Yes,
like paper
perhaps it
mache or
truly
like fake
was.
flowers and stuff.
How insightful the
But they
bucket
also work as a
turned out
preschool
to be.
teacher. So I had also suggested maybe having the kids that they work with to make some fake flowers to like keep at their wedding. It's like party favors. It was a cute idea.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope. Not
No.
Bucket. You and I,
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
We're gonna
The
get a
cargo
figure.
Lift. Yes, go there. Go to the cargo lift.
we're gonna get the Stanley Shoujo big titty figurine. That's what we're here for. Oh yeah, look at
You're
him.
getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then.
It's
different
true.
in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You
It's
can't
true.
go back to when you had no Figler Anlarines. None of us can.
I'm sorry, I'm vetoing that name. All right. What happens if we take the bucket with us into the vent? Hey Bucket, have you heard of Among Us? Among Us. Amagus. Enamorous. Bucket? Bucket, what is this? Oh. Hello?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know.
Hello?
I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
But that's a good thing, right?
The sheer euphoria I feel
Yes.
every time I pick
Yes.
it up.
Yes!
No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
I know, the guilt, it just kills at you.
It doesn't
But if you
make
tape it to yourself,
sense.
it's never gone.
There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
Who are
Why
you, strange evidence
everything
man?
feels so.
252.
What do I do with this treasure?
You keep
I
it.
can-
You clutch it close to your chest.
I can monetize it.
Oh, okay, sure. Wait.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Yes.
This is my golden ticket.
No, we can
But
use
I have
this.
to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back.
He's onto something here, all right? He's onto something here. Also, the sequel is now paused instead of the game. We can do that. We can monetize the bucket. I think we should follow this train of thought. You know, what would we call them? Fans of buckets. Cans. Because a bucket's like a can. It's just a bigger can. Yes, yes, yes. And then we'll make it. We'll need a domain site. Only cans. Ooh, all right. All right, that's the bit. I'm sorry.
Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
All right, Terror. You got it. You won. This took a very dark turn. Fan of bucket? Fuckets. Oh, fuckets are good. Y'all are on this. All right, fellow fuckets. Cuck it. I'm fucking losing it at cuck it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Anyway, that was horrifying. I'm gonna look for room 252 now. I love bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd
It's a
never
bucket.
be alone again. Not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
All right, so there's one more figure.
Stanley
And
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
I think I know where that
And this
bucket
was not
is.
the correct way to the meeting room.
I know where that figure
Stanley had
is.
felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I believe it.
And here
Bucket, I
it
trust
was.
you.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Don't worry. Some
Stanley took
buckets
the
don't
door on his
understand.
left to go
The
back
bucket
to
is
the
not
meeting
always
room.
correct. Sometimes we know a little bit better than the bucket.
No.
That's what makes
Said
us
the
true fuckets.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because
I love that as like part of the
But Stanley
DLC
chose
that's like
not to think
changing
about this
the
obvious
narrative is
fact.
just
He was
holding a
firmly
bucket.
convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
No, I didn't. I'm out of here, homie. Me and Bucket, we're leaving. You can't control us. Danger. Danger everywhere. All right, Bucket. It's just you and me now. We're gonna find.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there
Hey!
that says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
I know what
I
a
suppose
bucket
that would
is.
explain a
I'm a
lot about your
bucket.
behavior
You
up to
don't
this
know what
point,
it's like to be a
which,
bucket.
If that's true, well,
You need a
my
bucket
goodness,
first.
I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
No.
So much of the impact of the story
No.
is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I know that figure's over there somewhere. Fine. Fine. So I guess the last figure, I have to not take the bucket with me. Is this a bucket? Oh god, we're at a seminar.
Now then,
Oh.
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or
Oh.
not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know
Jimmy
about
Bucket,
what
who was a
is
fucket,
or is not
was
a
from
bucket.
the
Okay,
region of
let's begin.
Nantucket.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Yes, I love it. I want to bucket that bucket.
Incorrect. It is a
What?
hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Oh. I mean, everyone would have gotten that wrong.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes, now that's a bucket. That's the most bucket-looking bucket I've ever seen.
Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
It's not authentic. All right, no, he's got me there. All right, no. He might have a point. I might not actually know what a bucket is. It's just my lust.
Item
It's from
3.
Pentucket? Okay, I
Is
thought it was
this a
Nantucket.
bucket?
No, I can't let my lust for these buckets get the best of me here. It's clouding my judgment, but that bucket just look at it. The way it's handled. Literally got a love handle on it. Oh god. Alright, no. No, that's definitely a bucket. Bucket. I'm gonna go bucket.
Correct.
Yes!
This is a bucket.
Yes! I knew it. Okay. Alright.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
I don't know. I don't think that's a bucket. Although it could be some new, like, higher model of a bucket. I can't get a closer look. I'm gonna say no. That's not the bucket that I know and love. No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
All right.
To
Okay.
be
No.
honest,
We're good.
I just
We're good
sort of
still.
put
We're
this one
good
in
still.
here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one.
Oh, you're right. It is a cartucket. It's not a bucket. Okay. What do we got next?
Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect.
What?
This is a bucket.
No. What?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
I think. Maybe.
Trick question.
Huh?
Both. Gotcha.
Okay. Mulligan.
Item.
Let's try another.
Wait, hold on, I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere.
Can I? Bucket, I'm scared. Bucket. It looked like a tractor, but it said it was a bucket. What does that mean, bucket?
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that
picture's
a
a
bucket
bucket.
is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something.
Damn it.
Unless in your
I should have
twisted
listened to you,
mind,
Terra
have
Turtle.
somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. You believe that nothing is a bucket?
No, I'll go with what you think. No, nothing is not a bucket. Live, laugh, bucket. You're right.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a
true.
bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these
Live,
questions
laugh,
with
limb, biscuit, and
confidence.
bucket.
And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Could be.
Stanley,
Maybe for
I
you?
can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had.
That
to
sounds like a
begin
good
with.
bucket, though.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game
No,
entirely.
you wouldn't.
Okay, here we go.
No. Bucket?
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did
You
everything disappear? Wait,
you messed with the
was
bucket.
everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
I knew it.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yep.
How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
I know I'm not a
Oh,
bucket.
This is wonderful news.
I'm a
We're
sensible
not
man.
buckets. Yes,
I know
actually feel
what a
much
bucket
more
is
at
when I
ease
see
right
one.
now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back
We're
all
a
of
bucket.
the buckets.
We're a
okay?
bucket of buckets.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Sure.
Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
That's an ending. And that's not even the ending I was going to go for. That was a separate one altogether. All right, so I know where the last Stanley figure is, but it requires us to abandon the bucket, unfortunately. Let me just go ahead and look around the office
Just a
real
step
quick.
through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this
There
door,
should
I can
be-
make it through them all.
Computer screen. Aha. Waiting for an input. No, Stanley's walking through the hall. I'm sorry, Bucket. I'll be back for you. I gotta do something.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Okay, for real
Perhaps
though,
he
I would
wanted to
love to
stop
see
by
how
the
thick
employee
the
lounge
script
first,
is for this
just to
game.
admire it.
I know, he's so sad because I
It was
abandoned him.
okay. But eager to get back to business,
Oh, okay.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You can't trick me. Listen, I'm a little
Stanley was so
I'm a
bad
little
at
on edge because I
following
don't have my
directions,
bucket.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
The script is a whole fucking book. I would buy it.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
For real though, if you
I
love
realize
this
that
humor,
investing in-
I would highly recommend you read a book called The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It is the exact same humor, and I'm like 90% sure that the reason that this game has 42 endings is because that's a reference to the book specifically. Yeah, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's 100 ways you can find that book. Douglas Adams, you are a genius. It's got the
Trusting
same
someone else can be difficult,
weird,
but the fact is that the
self-aware sense
story
of
has
like
been about nothing
humor.
but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Look,
Why,
there's danger.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want
Hey.
to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I've definitely used that book as like a way to just relax and like forget about the world and just laugh. All right, we have no buckets, so we can go past this point now. You read all of them and saw the movie? Nice. I have the trilogy series.
Now
Okay.
listen carefully, this is
Blue and red.
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Hell yeah.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
All right,
So,
I like
listen,
Stiggly
Stanley,
Wiggly. That's got a nice
this
ring to it.
is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Oh
I
God.
will tell you that I'm
You're
proud of
right.
you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
I've heard the movie's hit or miss. The book is a great time. And I believe there used to also be a, I think there's an older movie too. And there used to be a radio show that would do like readings or like scenarios from the book. I don't know. The voice actor who's the narrator in this game is called Kevin Brighting. Sorry, I'm gonna save this clip because I didn't listen to the last part of what he said. But hey, we got all the figures. Let me just quickly double check that I didn't miss anything. Ah, shit. That's fine.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop.
Oh,
we would
really?
both be so much happier if we just...
Mr. John Halo.
And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
What is your solution? Okay, so we got all 6 figurines. Hell yeah.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
Elated.
I actually feel happy.
All right. That's nice. That's not him? Okay. Yeah, Oh, not Master Chief. Are you talking about the narrator who like says like kill-tacular, kill-tastic in the multiplayer?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things.
Oh,
It's
that
just-
got me.
It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
Yeah, it was pretty
Filled
rad.
to the
It
brim
was
with
sick.
Inner richness.
Yeah,
Yes,
I would do it
know
again.
We're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh, we're here
I
again.
would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just
Sure.
one more time.
I mean, yeah, we don't get a reward for them, as you said, so I'm down. 100%. Let's do it. Haven't played Halo, but my BF does, so he asked me to find it for him. It's Stephen Fry, but I'm not sure that's the movie or the audiobook. Stephen Fry is also pretty good. I like his voice. I think both are British. The Memory Zone. This also looks a little bit like Midsummer, which is a little unsettling, but that's okay. Ignore that. Oh. Okay. Zone, sweet zone. Alright, fine. Let's go back.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible.
I
Back
remember
then,
the first
we had no
collectible.
idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
I mean, this whole scene looks like a horror movie, 100%. Wait, is that a... Huh? Oh no. Okay. We have gone over. We have gone over the number. We are slowly breaking the game.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane,
You fool.
unremarkable
I am a hoarder.
ways.
12 out of 10 mini kits. Ha!
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was the boss's office. Or was it? No. It was under the stairs. And then we went up to the boss's office, I think.
No. Under the stairs was the 4th place you found a Figanley, not the
shit.
3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious.
Also, thanks
and
for the
so
follow.
cherished
Hey,
that
we
they
hit
all
50.
just sort of blend
Holy
together,
shit.
don't they?
I'm sorry, hold up. We gotta celebrate this. Hold up. Where's my... We did it! We have hit 50 followers. Thank you guys so much for doing this. Thank you, Herbal Crusader, for the 50. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for helping me with this. We did it. We hit 50. I originally started this because I needed something to do during lockdown. And I had a setup and a bunch of collection video games that I wanted to play. This was a personal hobby for me to like find things to do on my own. And I'm super stoked that you guys did this with me and helped me get to 50. I'm super stoked to like eventually hit affiliate once we get the viewers up and start expanding the channel more. Add more features to it, add more stuff for you guys to do to interact with me. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me. You guys rock. Oh my gosh, I did not expect this today at all. I went to work and then I came back home and decided I'm going to play Stanley Parable and I'm going to have a good night and that's
You know
it.
what? If Under the Stairs feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Whoa.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
Did
Oh,
we?
well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Sure. I have no memory of this place. But I don't have my bucket here, so I don't know who to trust. God, I wish I had my bucket. So, originally... Sorry, I need to go back to this. So, originally, I wanted to do something special for hitting 50 followers. I didn't expect that I would hit it in one night. And it was that I wanted to do a cosplay stream because I originally started branching out online doing cosplay, going to conventions with friends. I used to do Zelda cosplays. I would cosplay as Breath of the Wild Link. I did Twilight Princess. That's why I have that shield behind me. That was one of the props that I got. So yeah, I think I will start putting that plan into motion now to do a cosplay stream and completely dress up. Hell yeah. All right. Oh, thanks, Cam. Yeah, I have their stream up right now on my my laptop. They are the best. They've definitely helped out a lot too. All right. Let me go ahead and just say, give a little sweet thank you from my side here. Cam has definitely been a huge help. 250. Hey, there we are. Sorry. Oh, and now to make me regret everything. You're right. Oh God. Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna be giving you guys more power. All right, let's get back to this for a bit more. But oh God, yeah, no. Part of hitting affiliate is definitely giving you guys the ability to fuck with me in my streams, especially during speed runs, because I will be attempting those a bit.
This was the 5th mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact,
we're now at 11 out of
6
6 figures.
Particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Wait, what? Oh. Oh, look how crusty the quality is. Oh, now this is nostalgic. Pokemon community game? Alright. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes. I have a friend who's something similar to that. They have, so on like their stream, on the bottom end of the stream, they have like a bunch of different like character sprites that can fight each other. And every now and then there'll be like a star fighting across the screen
back, doesn't it?
that you can like put like exclamation point jump in the chat and you can like interact with it while the game is happening. I have a couple of ideas. We'll see. But the Pokemon one, I did notice that when I was on someone's stream recently.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes.
Pretty sure it was
I wouldn't
yours,
have
Terra
spent
Turtles.
on anything else.
Stream avatars, yes. That's the one I'm thinking of. Alright, let's see. How many more figures are we gonna get? Are we gonna like double
Stanley,
over?
Then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue
Alright.
doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Okay. So now what? Oh. The illusion of choice here. Whoa. Alright, let's try this.
And then
Oh!
there was no more.
Oh, that's disorienting.
Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Okay, goodbye, Memory Zone. Goodbye, that's it.
No,
Oh.
I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there
Oh, okay,
some way we can
unload
stay
it.
here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
I need the bucket. I feel too uneasy here.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember.
All right,
this.
13.
I must say,
13
of
figures.
all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay, all right. Well, we're following the narrator's lead now. I have no control over this. I'm just a man named Jim, who's pretending to be Stanley.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yeah, no, I...
Yes,
All right, yeah.
I love that video.
I want to say there's probably a video that's very similar to that, like... Yeah, 42. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Watch, we're gonna find like a cup of tea, and then it's just gonna like turn into the hyperspace drive or whatever it is from the book, Jim the Bucket. And then the pink
Still don't
room.
remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room,
I have no
though.
memory of this
a
place.
solid room.
15. I'll buy a Stanley Figgly Wiggly. I'll throw money on that.
What a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Yeah. No, the reward is getting more figures and reliving it again, and again. Now, we didn't go over here. And we're not going to. That's just closed off. All right. Fair enough. All right. I say after we do the figures
This is our
here.
second Figgly. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
And then, yes,
is
this horror
the
scene.
very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
We are now at
Oh,
18.
I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
You need to learn to let go, Mr. Narrator. Oh, we're back here. And it's dark. Okay. I think we're here after hours. Y'all got any buckets? It can take 7.5 hours just to 100% finish this game. That's still more, if not double,
It's
the original.
Terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more memories. Oh yes, the two doors.
Who could have forgotten the
that?
two
A classic
doors?
memory, this one.
7.5 hours is not bad. I mean, for a novelty game that's just a pot of gimmick of like choosing the left or right door and listen to a narrator, I'll take it. And then
And
here we
before
are.
everything else, there was your office.
911, I need
Was
help.
there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
I'm scared.
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Oh,
Yes, I'm remembering something now.
the start of the
I remember
game.
Before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I
Hello?
used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy.
Is the
And I came
narrator
up with-
Stanley?
well, came up with a character named Stanley to do my
Oh
thinking for
my
me.
god.
He would make the decisions. He would decide which way
We
to
are a
go.
figment of the narrator's
Cheer him on as he
imagination.
collected figurines for no reason.
Why did I invent
No
Stanley?
reason.
Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But
You're a fiction.
I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again.
I mean, look at
I
how
want
long
to get
Zelda
back
is
to
and way
how
more
it
time to
used
complete.
be. Yes, I can be on my own again.
It's
I can
just,
do
this is
it.
such a neat
I'll be
novelty.
strong this time.
I'm so
I'll
happy
take
this game
care
got a
of myself.
revisit and got
I
an
don't need
update like
Stanley
this.
anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what?
Like,
Since we're in the memory zone,
I doubled down
how
on this
about
because I
one
originally
more
had this
good
on
memory?
Steam,
Let's go back
but I
just
wanted to play this at a
once
decent
and give
quality,
Stanley one more
so I
run
bought
in
it
the
again
office,
on
and
Switch.
then I'll retire him for good.
If they come out with a
I've
physical
enjoyed
version of
telling
this,
this
I would
story
triple down and
so
buy it
very
again.
much.
I want to
Okay,
support the developer.
Here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The original game came out in 2013, so that's almost 10 years ago. And even then, it was a mod before that, so this game is old. That's why all the computers in this game are CRT screens that are those thick boxes. Because back in the day, they were using Half-Life 2 assets. So they just kind of kept with that theme.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I hope too. Man, I'm 27 and I'm already feeling the old. Dude, I looked in the mirror the other day and I found a gray hair and I'm 27 and I didn't like that. It's like right here on the top of my scalp.
The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Yes, Bucket. You and I together. All right, so we finished it off at like 18 figures, I guess. All right, new mission. We're going to get the bucket out of here. The bucket is trapped here and is stuck in the zone. There is a way we can escape. We can escape the narrative with the bucket.
Stanley
believe.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Look how much better we're all feeling just because we have bucket. True fuckets rise up.
Still
Okay.
no one was here. Stanley needed the
Don't worry,
bucket's
Bucket.
warmth and comfort now more than ever.
I'll get you out of
Perhaps
here.
his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
We'll do it together.
Coming to a
You and me,
staircase,
Bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
All right, so I'm going to assume that the figures are just all done with now. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. I don't understand the point of this room. I can go in here now. Wait. There we go. No, Mario, don't do it! Mario, no! So this is an Easter egg that's only in the Switch version. So it's just a regular hand pointing a gun at a panda, but on the Switch version, it's Mario's hand. Bucket is God. All right, we're gonna take the elevator. Oh, let's see if this is any different now that we got a bucket. A bucket can change a lot. There, that's enough of that. What floor are we on? The same one. Okay, that's a nice Easter egg. All right, that's...
Stepping
Ha! We have escaped the narrative. And now all the doors behind us have unlocked. All right, Bucket, we did it. We're getting you out of here. Narrator thought he could fucking trap us. Think again. Not even you, Broom Closet. Not even you. Okay. Come on, Bucket. We're gonna get you out of here. It's you and me together against the world. If the bucket is God, then I'm taking God out of the equation. I will become God. Well, exactly. If there's no bucket, then who else can become God but me? I am usurping. Usurping? Usurping? How the fuck you pronounce that word? Anyway, usurper. I will become God. The bucket will leave. And then I will have the power. Alright, bucket. It's dark as hell in here. Don't you worry. You will be free. You're getting on that escape pod. You're getting out of here. Oh god, I can't see. Okay, there we go. There you go, bucket. Shh, it's okay. I know. We both can't go. Only one of us can get out of here alive. And it has to be you, Bucket. You can't be trapped and confined here to this establishment. You have too much to give the world, Bucket. It's okay. Don't you worry about me. I'll find a way. The narrator will have no control over you where you're going. Goodbye, Bucket. Goodbye, Bucket. I love how we get a special cutscene just because we, the Bucket, in the escape pod instead of ourselves. That's stupid.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, time to get a new bucket. Oh God! We did it! There is no bucket. We really did it. We saved Bucket from the story. I'm gonna miss him, that Bucket. Okay. Well.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Well, what now?
This was not the correct way
Are we
to the
really?
meeting room,
Are we
and
really even
Stanley knew
fuckets
it
without the
perfectly
bucket?
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
I didn't
first,
realize it would
just
be
to
permanent. I
admire
would
it.
have saved that for later.
It was
Oh,
okay.
God. It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Well, now I kind of want to
And so
restart.
he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I feel empty without it, guys. I need the bucket. What? I need the bucket. Is it gone forever? Okay. We're only gonna be playing this for like another 10-15 minutes anyway. Oh, okay. Different office starting. The bucket!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it... And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
I would never. Oh, thank God. All right, starting from a different office.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Weirdly, the game actually made me feel a little anxious that the bucket was gone because I didn't want to lose the new content in the game. I'm trying to think of what we haven't done with the buckets. Oh. Okay.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply
Let's
the place
see
to be.
if we can take the bucket
And
with
here it
us
was.
too.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind.
Let's take the bucket to
was
the adventure
wrong.
line.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
No. No, me and Bucket, we're going to take a detour. Oh. I know. I had to feel how the bucket felt, and it was awful. Not having a bucket, not a life worth living.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
What? What the hell is happening?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
You gave me the
want
bucket.
Another story involving the Adventure Line?
Oh, absolutely not.
The Adventure Line goes somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Well, I did want to introduce the Adventure Line. Not the baby. There's my 2D wife. Oh. You know what's good for me, Broom Closet. There we go. Just relax. Embrace the Broom Closet. All right, I'm over the Broom Closet. Fuck it. All right, Adventure Line, what have you got for me? I came all the way here just to meet you. Let's see what you got for the bucket.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll
Map
go off
2.
to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Maybe we'll end up in the back rooms. I don't know. Who knows? I feel like the place that we're in right now is close enough.
This is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's
I
as
do
classic
remember
now
that,
as it was
yes.
back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. No, no, no. I lost the bucket once. I won't do it again. Oh, God. So the creator of this game, Crows, has a Twitter account. And the past few months, they've just been shitposting about this game, and it's hilarious.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No!
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me,
Get the hell out of here!
It feels as though it's been part of the cast all along, don't you agree?
Absolutely not.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
It tears my heart out and makes
Go ahead
me sad.
Now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket,
No.
and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. No. No, you don't.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I see a thing down there.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only
Oh,
one
God.
personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would
I'm
see
scared
that
of
its
it.
desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and
Give me a
nuance
boss battle.
that
I
it's
wanna fight
really
this
like
thing.
10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Oh, God. I would never. What the fuck is
The
this?
Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Uh-huh. Okay. F for the Bucket Destroyer. He deserved it. Okay, see, now there's an ending here that you can get, but I don't want...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
I want to be able to press that button again. Bucket. Fuck it, the bucket. Okay, I'm hoping this door doesn't close behind me.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Damn
Perhaps
it.
he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, fine. We'll go for another ending. It's raining outside. Sounds more like a rocket taking off, but pretty sure that's what that is.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they... Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Alright, we're gonna leave the map again. Alright. Woo!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history. Of
Very
the countless
interested.
wars it witnessed.
Wars?
Desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent
Oh
humans.
no!
And the bucket's
Our
own
bucket's a war
complicity
criminal!
of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger. Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity,
Oh, God.
and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
He screamed.
I'm just
You're
an
a
NPC, man.
bucket.
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the
Welcome
sacred
back. We took the bucket into the white void, and we found out that our bucket's a war criminal. That's what you missed.
amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power.
Oh,
its
God.
fangs glistening like... Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
But at
Otherwise,
what
you would
cost?
have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've
what
demonstrated such
cost?
bravery here today. Come, let's
The scream of
restart
Gangster's
the
Paradise
game,
rings
and
into
we'll
my
agree
soul.
to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the
You
dark
don't know that.
magic cast away inside of it.
I guess I saved everyone from the bucket. Okay. Door closes behind me.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Allegedly.
No, the orders were still missing. For now.
All right, Bucket, you're coming with us to heaven. I hope the Bucket can come with us to heaven. It sure can. Buttons. We are in heaven now. And we brought the Bucket with us. This is the true good ending of the game. Press all the buttons. This is true heaven now. We've done it. We've finished it. We have achieved true happiness in this life. All the buttons in the world we can press, and with a bucket in our hands. Nothing could be better than this. And if you think it can be, you're fucking wrong. And you should feel ashamed for doubting the bucket. Alright, that's enough of this. Alright, I'm going to try one more thing. And then we'll call it a night. Oh, God. A new hallway with a new bucket.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship
Oh,
that
God.
stands the test of time.
There's just no other room. You go straight to the two doors. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, I know what we're gonna do. Just looking out for Easter eggs. Oh, God! Ah! Fight or flight response triggered!
Still no answer here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now
It's
more
effective
than ever.
every time!
Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
God damn it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I legit felt a chill. To be rich is it a crime? We've read that one already. Alright, there's nothing else here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
That's right.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Bucket
Was
always
the
knows.
bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Mm-hmm. No stiggly wiggly figgly. Oh, well, now I'm curious. No. No. I'm still going to go with the same one. So we probably have enough content to do one more stream of this game next week. And that'll be it. Which, I mean, will more or less add up to about 7.5, almost 8 hours.
Red mind control facility.
Yeah, about that. We're gonna escape. Not about that.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Okay. Now, how violent are we talking?
Not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every
Like,
opportunity to turn around.
Am I slowly being stabbed to death by, like, needles?
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into
Or,
a
like,
very
am I just going to be,
painful
like,
death for each of them.
instantly killed? Because I'm down for, like, being instantly killed. Like, being vaporized? Completely okay with that. I won't feel it. It'll just be a second. Bucket? Okay, I got Bucket. We're good. Alright, Bucket.
Are you ready to meet God? Behold, the most powerful weapon.
And the bucket inched closer to their demise. Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is
But what is a
Stanley
god
thought
to a
himself,
non-believer,
and he sort of
aka a
kicked
machine?
himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
It's okay, Bucket. We'll have each other in these last moments.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
And a new
as
narrator
Stanley
comes
and
in.
the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end.
This is
as
the
it was
bucket's doing.
crushed violently to death.
Okay. No, I can live with this.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all
Wait.
buckets are radiant in their own way.
Where's my
but
bucket?
This one stood above the rest. It
Oh,
was
no.
a glorious bucket to behold.
What is this? The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You stand at the precipice of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within a cavernous void. But through the use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn out here with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of the exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? My name's Jim. I'm just looking for a bucket.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this?
That's a lot more
and
than 25
to claim
buckets.
it for his own? Can you
Bucket.
see the hubris that blinded him? Can
Bucket.
you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in
Bucket.
his short life?
Bucket with 2 handles, too powerful. Look away, it'll burn your eyes. An old-timey bucket. Oh, Inferno bucket. The Inferno bucket, which is a medieval flavor, so powerful and alluring that was drove dozens of nations to war with another. Billions died, yet in spite of it, also the fact remains, no one can control a bucket. It's true. Stress analogy. Stress bucket. Ah, yes. Presented without commentary. Thank you. Bucket. Well, we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind. We don't know by how long. This cave drawing depicts the early man's discovery of practical uses of the bucket, which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. It's true. Buckets deemed us worthy from the start. I love the subtle music in the back.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I will. I kneel before you, bucket. You are too powerful for me, and I humble myself in your presence. I will reach out and touch Faith. Reach out and touch bucket. Ah.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
All right, so actually, I'll just let this play out, and then I'll explain what the hell just happened.
Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only.
But I love this bucket.
Die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander.
It's what it deserves. Let it happen. Sacrifice. Crunch. All right, so what the hell happened there is that in the game without the bucket, it's a museum that's like a brief history of the game's development and some of the ideas that got scrapped along the way. It has a bunch of like character models and scenarios that never made it into the game and stuff. And the joke of it is like with the bucket, it becomes something else entirely. All right. It is time to look at the achievements. Test achievement. No, hold up. Okay, not what I meant to do, but that's okay. Ah, damn it. I think I screwed whatever scenario we had up. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll need to start over anyway for the next time that we play this game. It's still called the Stanley Parable 2. That wasn't a joke. All right, this is just where we're at. Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in into the stream with me. This game is a joke and really just questions what the hell is a video game. And it just takes the piss out of everything, including itself. And I'm having a lot of fun playing this. And I'm really glad that you guys all joined me for this. Thank you guys so much for the raid. Thank you so much, Mammoth. Reno Mizuki. This game is so fun. I love it. It was a lot of fun. So we're going to wrap this up next week on Thursday. We'll play this one more time, try to find whatever else, other secrets that we can unlock. I have a couple of ideas of other endings we can possibly achieve. But we'll figure that out next time. And that'll be it for that. I'll see you guys next week. I usually post my schedule to my Instagram, which is the username that you guys saw under my face. But we're currently still playing... Mind is going blank. We're playing Hollow Knight. We're playing Metroid Prime, and we're playing this. So we'll continue all of this next week. I'll see you guys on Monday night. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 50 followers. I can't wait to start implementing more settings for you guys to use, to abuse. That is the point. I want you guys to have this power. You guys are here to enjoy the content, so you guys should be able to interact with it. I think that's fair. All right. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.